Hello everyone. June the 1st, a new month. Man, we're already in the 6th month of the year. Feast of Justin Martyr today. One of the first great Christian apologists. So from the Acts of the Apostles, St. Paul is making his kind of final testament to the people of Ephesus. And he says, basically he's warning them. Already in the early church, sometimes people think there's a pristine time in the church, and there was no fights, there was no, heresy, no whatever, all this. No, it doesn't ever exist. We're in a imperfect world. Jesus came to redeem sinners, not saints, to make us saints. So he says here, it's already here. He says, keep watch over yourselves and over all the flock of which the Holy Spirit has made you overseers to shepherd the church of God that he obtained with his blood. I know that after I am gone, savage wolves will come among you, not sparing the flock. Some even from your own group will come distorting the truth in order to entice the disciples to follow them. So you see, the egotistical ones, the ones who, they won't be taught by anybody except themselves. They will become heretics, schismatics, arrogant people full of themselves, not willing to submit in obedience to God and to his church. Clearly Jesus set up a church. I will build my church and the gates of hell shall not prevail against it. It's all there. So Paul had to oppose people, and Paul he's formed these people as best as he can with the time that God has granted to him. And he's saying, now you people, you have to continue praying, you have to be watchful, you have to be alert, you have to be on guard, and you have to continue your formation of understanding the scriptures, of, perhaps even reading whatever other sources they had. The writings were already slowly, they were coming out, the writings of spiritual authors and so on. And it's important that you keep your link, with the apostles, always with the apostles, being formed by, the College of Apostles, because that's who Jesus chose. So already there's no pristine moment, as it were, when the people didn't have to fight for the truth. They didn't have to continue, teaching what was right and defending it against those who would tear it down, make it to their own ends, accommodate it to the world, and so on and so on. So you and I have this grave responsibility, to do our part now, because they did it for us. Okay, so over to the gospel. So much here in the gospel, but this is what I'm going to focus on. This is John chapter 17. I'm not asking you, Jesus is speaking to the Father, I'm not asking you to take them out of the world, but I ask you to protect them from the evil one. They do not belong to the world, just as I do not belong to the world. Sanctify them in the truth. Your word is truth. So Jesus is here, teaching us. John is capturing this prayer that Jesus was offering to his Father. Jesus is teaching us that he's not going to take us out of the world. We cannot run from the world. We are called to be in the world, but not of the world. And this is a crucial distinction. We are called to, I know it sounds like a fancy term, but sanctify ourselves, meaning with God's grace, to become saints in the middle of the world. This doesn't mean we put ourselves in occasion of sin, that we are able to do unethical jobs. Just put all that garbage aside. This obviously implies that we're trying to live according to the teaching of Christ, an ethical, moral, upright life, whether you're digging ditches or a traffic, coordinator or an engineer or a physician or a priest, whatever, that I ask you to protect them from the evil one. So Jesus is personally praying for us, even now in heaven, to protect us from the evil one and sanctify them in the truth. And do not take them out of the world, but help them be faithful. That's what he's praying for. So you and I need to pray every day to cooperate with Jesus, open our heart, give him permission, so that what he prayed for in my life, what he prayed for and continues to pray for in your life, will actually become a reality and an ongoing reality, that he will help us live in the middle of the world. And we have to form ourselves, we have to be faithful to prayer, but we have to realize that Jesus calls us to be saints right here in the middle of the world. So this is just so important for us. It's possible not because you and I are Superman or Superwoman, but because Jesus is God. God bless you.